Pacific and take over all that they wished: oil, munitions, iron, steel, ore, everything they needed to be the greatest empire in the Pacific theater. The Nakajima B-5N-Kate, specially designed torpedo between the wheel wells. Admiral Yamamoto knew he had to have a weapon that would run shallow in the bay at Pearl Harbor. It's only 50 foot deep. The Nakajimas, as we see them turn around out there, lined up on the United States battleship, the Oklahoma. They dropped first one, then two, then three of those fish into the water. They impacted the Oklahoma. She exploded, rolled over on her starboard side. 400 men were trapped inside the bowels of that great ship. It took a month for them to get it all out. The Oklahoma never fought again. High above, the Ayachi D-3A dive bomber. You can see it up there with the red tail. A 250-pound bomb between the wheel wells. As it rolls up on its left side, it takes aim on the United States battleship, the Arizona. It comes down, releases that bomb from high altitude. It goes through first one, then two, then three decks of the forward magazine of the Arizona. That great ship explodes with such force. She burnt for 2 days. 1,180 sailors went to a water grave on that December the morning, 1941. They sleep there today. High above the Mitsubishi A6M0, 2 young servicemen, 2 young captains by the names of Ken Taylor and George Welch managed to get their P-40 Warhawks into the air to fight against the aggressors. Between the 2 of them, they shot down 5 of the aggressor forces on that December the 7th morning, 1941. They had just come in from the beach celebrating their day off when the invasion began. Admiral Chuichi Nagoma, the commander of the invasion force, made a grievous error that morning. When the first wave retracted to the aircraft carriers, he elected not to send the third wave in. As a result of that, America's submarine pens, our munitions, our fuel, and all of the other essentials to war were still available for us at Pearl Harbor on the island of Oahu. But 18 of our capital ships and 2,400 people perished on that December the 7th morning, 1941. Listen to the sounds of war. Feel the concussion of the bomb under your feet as it explodes. Imagine yourself a young 17-year-old sailor. You're on the United States battleship, the Nevada. Your skipper has the steam up in the boilers. It's the only one ready to go to sea. He starts out the opening at Pearl Harbor. They're on him like flies on a honeypot. He realizes he can't get out and they'll sink him in the opening. He beaches the great Nevada on Hospital Point. That great ship lived to fly again. At the very same time that the Japanese were invading Pearl Harbor, they hit the Philippines, and they also went to Wake Island. VMF 211 was based at Wake Island under the command of Hammer and Hank Elrod. Hammer and Hank had 12 F-4F Wildcats out there. When the Japanese hit, 7 of those aircraft were destroyed almost instantly. But over the next couple of days, the other 5 aircraft continued to fight against the aggressors. Up to the 23rd of December, they fought valiantly. When they lost all of their aircraft, Commander Elrod put together a beach invasion protection force. And up to the 23rd, they fought against the Japanese, sinking the first 4 Japanese ships of World War II. Captain Elrod, who died on Wake Island, was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. His main unit, which was back at Marine Corps Air Station Yuma, lost all but 1 aircraft on December the 7th, 1941. High above, you can see the aircraft. Think of the smoke. 183 aircraft attacked the field that morning. As a result of that, as I said, 2,400 people perished on the island, whether it was in Hickam or Bellows or Haleiwa. Listen to our president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, as he went before Congress.
United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by a naval and also an empire that was there. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. And the application of many American lives has been lost.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that America did gain that inevitable triumph. Yes, it was 4 long years later, and it was almost 5 million souls over the next 4 years. But America, as we listen to the great Kate Smith sing about our nation, America pulled together she never had before. America started building aircraft, and we started building ships one a day. Liberty ships, they called them. And tanks, and Jeeps, and General Motors, and Ford, and Packard, and all of the great nations, all the great companies of our nation began building all of the war machinery. America started doing victory gardens so that we could save the water and the aluminum and the gasoline and the rubber, all the things our young men needed as they fought throughout the world. America pulled together as it never has before. But we must never ever lose sight of the fact that America is indeed the bulwark of freedom throughout the world. Whether it was World War I, or II, or Korea, or Vietnam, or Panama, or the Persian Gulf, and now Afghanistan. It was the young men and women who wear the uniform of this great nation that allows us to be the greatest free nation in the world. Do you believe that, America?